Hello everyone, and welcome to Bev's Repair Bench. We've got a little hot tack for you today, and this is also going to be my first video involving 3D printing. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I recently got a 3D printer that I bought broken, of course, and have been repairing and learning how to print with it. You also know that I've been kind of obsessed with it, so I'm trying to get back into the electronics, but right now this 3D printing is just amazing to me. So expect that for a little while, and eventually I hope to kind of mix, 3D printing and electronics videos. But anyways, that's besides the point. Today we're actually going to talk about a tool that I find absolutely awesome for 3D printing use, especially for me, because I do a whole lot of printing that involves fasteners, and a whole lot of those fasteners need to be recessed or countersunk into the print. So, like for instance, these little isolator feet here are going to have a 3mm Allen that is going to be countersunk into this face here, because this face is actually going to have a piece of rubber on top of it. Now whenever you do that, it does require a flat bottom countersink, and that can give you a couple of issues whenever you're trying to print, especially because I like to print these with this being my print surface and building up this way. It works better for me. I don't end up with bridges and overhangs like that. However, I do end up with a bridge, basically, or with an overhang inside of these holes. Not so much for this one because it was printed that way, but a lot of times I do come across it. So I found that best practice is to actually put a single layer of print where that countersink is going to end at, and leaving that filled in. Now that does give the problem of your holes are blanked off. So there's several solutions to this. You can drill them out. You can not do this at all and worry about it later. But I found that the best thing to use is actually one of these little hand reamers. I got this off of Amazon. I don't remember how much I paid for it because I actually been having this for a while. I use it for hydraulic tubings to ream the inside out. But it works out perfect for this because that thin little single layer and this point on the end of this reamer can just kind of poke it. Now be extremely careful whenever you're doing this not to hurt yourself. But you can poke right through that single layer, give the tool a couple of turns, and you have a perfectly formed with just a little bit of a chamfer on the inside of that, and it works great. So if you don't have this tool and you 3D print a lot of recessed fasteners, this is a great thing to get. It's called a hand reamer. This one is by General. I will go and find a Amazon link and I'll put it in the description below here. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, you need to go do that. It is at Bev's Repair Bench, which I'm going to try to do some words maybe. Let's try to point this out. At Bev's Repair Bench. Nope, that might not work. Whatever. I try to post there almost daily. A lot of it is 3D printing right now, and later on, once I kind of get the printer more up and running, I'll bring my electronics, kind of my day-to-day things I may not want to make videos of, but want to show people that I'm working on. Just a lot more random stuff than my videos, which are already fairly random. So check me out on Instagram. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. For those of you curious about what these parts actually do, these are going to be rubber isolated feet for the 3D printer. So this part will actually screw to the frame of the printer. This square recess will actually have a piece of 3/4 inch thick, or maybe 1 inch thick, high durometer, like a 80 duro rubber, that will actually be glued in, so they'll be permanent. I think I'm just going to use silicone, so it'll be like a semi-permanent bond. And then they'll actually have another piece which will be similar to these, but I'll have a little chamfer that comes out to where they're, you know, pretty wide and maybe even a little bit taller. So that rubber will be sandwiched in between these, and that'll give me some good isolation to kind of help with a little bit of ghosting that I'm having on my print. Maybe whenever I do the official introduction of the 3D printer and kind of do a little walk around of the modifications I've made, these will be on here and you'll see the completed product. Once again, thanks for watching.